गाड़ी कहती छुक 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 छुक, धुआं उड़ाती फुक 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 फुक। इंजन जाए आगे ही आगे, पीछे पीछे डिब्बे भागे। सुरंग में ये जब जाते, दिन को ये रात बनाते। छुक छुक करते गाती जाती, सीटी भी खूब बजाती।
George Stephenson, the great British locomotive inventor, was one of the first directors of the GIPR, and his son Robert Stephenson was appointed as the consulting engineer based in London. Though George Stephenson was the inventor, he could not see his locomotives run on Indian soil as he died in 1848.
John Chapman was the projector of GIPR. He, along with Mercis, White and Borer, the eminent solicitors of Whitehall Place, collected necessary information for the preliminary to organization. They organized capitalists in London under the title of GIPR. A provisional committee with Mr. J. Stuart Whatley as chairman was formed. Chapman came to Bombay on the 6th of September 1845, when Sir George Arthur was the governor of Bombay. He gave him a letter explaining the importance of constructing railways in India. Provisional committee in Bombay was formed in July 1845. The bill for incorporation of GIPR company came before the Parliament twice. First in March 1847, but it was opposed by the East Indian Company. Then, after 2.5 years, it was proposed again on the 1st of August 1849. An act to incorporate GIPR company and for other purposes connected with it came into being. The original contract was however made on the 17th of August 1849. Sir James J. Berkeley was the first chief engineer of GIPR during 1849 to 1862.
The railway aids dawned in India on 16th April 1853 at 3:35 p.m. with salute of 21 gunshots. The first train ran from Bombay to Thana, a concrete distance of 21 miles. For some years before that, the idea of building railways in India had taken concrete shape with the Court of Director of the East India Company in London. The first proposals for construction of railways in India were presented in 1814 in London by East India Railway Company headed by Robert Stephenson and Great Indian Peninsula Railway Company.
The lower class or the third class in the railways was also called the coolie class. It had hardly any amenities other than that of wooden benches, and that too was not always available. There were no fans, no lights, no water, and no latrines. In the absence of latrines in the third class carriages, passengers used to relieve themselves through open doors or windows, and many of them fell down from the trains in the process. One of the recommendations to solve this problem was the open seat arrangement. A hole was provided on the floor and it was hidden below the third class ordinary seat. By lifting the seat, a person could use the hole as a latrine. Naturally, it was not used as no one would like to use it in full view of other passengers. The GIP Railways recommended that latrines should be provided at all large stations and sufficient time should be given to passengers to alight for their needs.
The present-day headquarters building of Central Railway, popularly known as Victoria Terminus, now Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, is an architectural marvel. This magnificent monument was originally planned as the office of GIP Railway. It was designed by Frederick William Stevens, a consulting architect. The construction started in 1878 and on Jubilee Day in 1887 it was named after Queen Empress Victoria. thus taking almost a decade to build it at a princely sum of rupees 16,13,863. Stevens designed the monumental terminus, which was the largest building when erected in Asia and which even today is a standing testimony of his innovative talent. The crowning point of the whole building is the central main dome, carrying up as a final at its apex a colossal 16 feet 6 inch high figure of a lady pointing a flaming torch upwards in the right hand and a spoked wheel low in the left hand, symbolizing progress. This dome has been reported to be the first octagonal ribbed masonry dome that was adapted to an Italian Gothic style building. There are a large number of figures of animals carrying standards and battle axes. The west front, approached by a grand gateway and sculptures of lion and tiger, forms three sides of a square with a courtyard between the two wings. When the construction of a new central terminus and passenger station for the GIP was under consideration, A.S. Ayrton, secretary of GIP company, had proposed of a site at Maude, a proposal that was acceptable to the government of Bombay as well as board of directors in London. The directors in Bombay, however, countered the proposal and alternatively suggested a temporary goods and passenger station at the Bori Bandar, which could gradually be enlarged with additions from the esplanade and the land reclaimed from the harbour side. The land required for the station and terminus was estimated to be about 80 acres. Work on the terminus eventually began in May 1878 and took 10 years to complete at a cost of Rs 10,40,248. The next important modification came in 1929. The former station, which adjoined it, was reserved for suburban traffic and used to have 6 platforms. In March 1929, when the Governor Sir Frederick Sykes opened the remodeled DP, the station was modelled to have 13 platforms, the last 5 being exclusively used for trains from various parts of India. An extensive car park was also provided for the convenience of passengers. Over the following decades, more addition and modification were carried out to the original buildings. With the increase in suburban passenger traffic, first double discharge platform was provided in May 1990, and by January 1991 all the suburban platforms were made double discharge. Further additions were made in February 1994 by making total number of platforms as 15. Even today, the terminus continues to play a significant role in the life of lakhs of local railway commuters and long-distance passengers. The building is a must on the itineraries of tourists from all over the world visiting the city in time.
Dadar is a place in Mumbai and has a railway station on the Mumbai Suburban Railway on both the Western Railway line, that's Dadar, and the Central Railway line, that's Dadar TT. Dadar has the only railway station common to both the Central line and the Western line. This makes it a transit point and the most crowded railway station on the Mumbai Suburban Railway. Dadar is divided into east and west by the railway line. Dadar East is popularly called Dadar TT because it housed the Dadar tram terminus, which was closed with the closure of tram network in Mumbai. It is also called Dadar Central as it lies along the central line. Dadar West is referred to as Dadar BB as it lies along the western line, earlier a part of Bombay and Baroda Railroad. The Great Indian Peninsula Railway constructed a bridge, now the Tilak Bridge, connecting the two suburban railways. In February 1925, the Great Indian Peninsula Railways opened their suburban line and started the work of electrifying the railway.
there was serial bomb blast in Bombay suburban. It was the time in the evening when everybody was returning home and the trains were packed, and one by one after the other we got the information about serial blast. Immediately we went to our offices back and started doing the restoration work after we got the clearance from the police. And you will be happy to know that the whole night we worked, and next day morning again the trains were started same. The city of Bombay is like that life never stops.